Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. In our previous lecture, we have learned about a data reduction technique, and in this data reduction technique, there is one technique is a numerosity reduction. It has a three different techniques like histogram, clustering, and sampling. So let's start with the histogram. So a histogram is a popular data reduction technique. It divides the data into a buckets and store average or a sum of each bucket. It can be constructed optimally in one dimension using the dynamic programming. So this figure shows the histogram. We can visualize our data, or we can replace our data format with the histogram. So we can easily visualize our data. We can easily compare our data. We can easily conclude, we can easily summarize our data. Yes, so that is why histogram is very important. So histogram has four different techniques or types of histograms are equal width histogram, equal frequency or the equal depth histogram, V optimal and max difference. So here two important things is only equal width and equal frequency. In the equal width histogram, the width of the each bucket range is uniform, and while in the equal depth histogram, the buckets are created so that roughly the frequency of each bucket is constant, or the depth of each bucket is constant. So these are the types of histogram. So let's understand histogram with example. So this is suppose this is a data of an electronic companies, and it is a date, and this data are the list of prices of commonly sold items. Yes, so this data is 1 1 5 5 5 8 8 10 up to 25. Each value is repeated many times, so we can represent this data value with a histogram. So I already create this histogram of this data value. So suppose this histogram first. This histogram is called the singleton bucket histogram. So what is the singleton bucket histogram? Okay, so first let's move on the figure of histogram. So a histogram for an attribute A partitions a data distributions of A into a disjoint subsets. Yes, here we have a data and we are partitioning the data into a subsets. So these subsets are referred as a buckets or bins. If each bucket represents only a single attribute, then it is called the singleton. Bucket, or often instead represent continuous range for the given attributes. Here, the value attributes are in the continuous range, but if each bar or each bucket it represents only a one value, then it is called the singleton bucket. So let's understand with this example. Here in the histogram, each bucket is represent only the one value, so that is why it is called the singleton bucket. So let's understand how we can create this histogram. So here there are multiple values, so we are drawing a two axes, one for the prices and one for the count. Here the prices of each product is starting from $1 to $25. So here we are partitioning that price into 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. Yes. So now let's count the first value. Here the two product has a price $1, and so the count of that product is 2 and price is 1. So here there is one product whose price is 1 and the count is 2. So here we can create this first bucket. After that, the 5 is repeated for 5. Here are the 5 products whose price is $5. So the price is $5 and this product is repeated 5 times, and the count of that product is 5 times. So here we can create a singleton bucket. Now the next is a product whose price is 8. So there are two products whose price is 8. So here in between 5 to 10, 8 is something here. So here the price of product is 8 and it is repeated 2 times. So this is how we are creating our singleton buckets, we can count the number of digits, and on one axis there is a count x and there is one price x. So the product whose price is 15 is repeated for 6 times, his price is 20, is repeated 7 times, his price is 25, is repeated for 9 times. So this is how we can create a singleton bucket or singleton histogram. And histogram is very easy to understand, because from that data we cannot easily compare the products, or we cannot easily analyze the data. But if we create a histogram of that data, then it becomes the summarized format. Yes, so now we can easily compare that there is a 2 product whose price is 1, there is a 5 product whose price is 5, there is a 9 product whose price is 25. Yes, so this is very easy to understand. So histogram is very important data representation. This same histogram can be done with the equiwidth methods. So this is a histogram with equal widths. So here what we are doing, we are creating an intervals of, here is the price and here is the count. Yes, we are choosing a equal interval like 0 to 5, price of 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. Same as in the count, we are also choosing one interval, that 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, up to many. So after creating that axis, now we are starting to creating our histogram. So for that we'll think that there are how many products are in between price range 0 to 5. So now let's count that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 7 products are there whose price is in between 0 to 5. So here 7 is something rest here. So now we are creating a histogram here, that there are 0 to 5 intervals of price and there are 7 products whose price is in between 0 to 5. Now we are creating a second bins. So for second bins we count that how many products are there whose price is between 5 to 10. So in between 5 to 10, because we already considered 5 in our previous bin. So now let's consider from it 8. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. There are 6 products whose price is in between 5 to 10. So now we select a 6 here, and from that we create the next bar. So same as all that bar is created. Suppose at the range of 20 to 25. So at the range of 20 to 25, there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 products are there whose price between 20 to 25. So now we select the 13 from y-axis and draw the histogram bar. So this is how we can create a histogram. In exam you have given with the data points, and one technique is asked to draw the histogram. So this is how you have to draw the histogram. The second technique for the numerosity reduction is a clustering. Now you all know what is a clustering, so I'm just here giving you the overview of clustering. Finding a group of objects such that objects in a group will be similar or related to one another and different from or unrelated to the objects in other groups. So these are the data points. So we are creating the cluster here so that intra-cluster distance are minimized and inter-cluster distance are maximized. Yes. So this is how we can create a cluster of similar products, and we can choose one representative variable for that data point. So this is how we can also reduce the data. So this is the second technique. The third technique is a sampling. So this technique we'll learn in our next lecture. So this is all about histogram and how we can draw the histogram from the data. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.